Of course, there's not because I'm not very smart, but I'm glad I get to redo it. So, anyway, come on in and welcome to my humble abode, also known as the Party Pen. And I call this place my abode, but really it's a cave in the middle of some universe somewhere. And it's way far away from Bizarro World. So come on in. And I'm going to tell you what we do. We read, well, this is a trilogy. It's a trilogy known as God said, because God did not say that. We are on book 2 of this trilogy. It's called Jesus, comma, who, question mark. And we're reading it, okay? It's part 2. And part 2 is about God number 3, God the third, you know, because God Jr., he's kind of retiring and he's like, hey, little guy, I'm going to let you go do some shit and then you got to come back and be God, right? It's like the Amish. The Amish let the kids go to do whatever they need to do when they're like 16 or something. Anyway, so that's what God Jr. did to God the Third, who's Jesus. He just let him go down here to see what happens. ah, anyway. Anyway, if that sounds like fun to you, come this way. I have whatever you need. I have cannabis, cigarettes, coffee, chairs with your name on it. There's a couch right there. And then you can sit there. And I have cat beds and canine space. So bring your animals. We have good time. Okay. So now we are in Mark chapter 12. See, I thought I needed to like put in my bookmark, but now my bookmark's right there. So now I don't know where the hell we are. We are having a good ass time, and we need to take off our Devon Dudley sunglasses so we can see the light. So stay right there, Devon Dudley sunglasses. Okay. So now we are on Mark 12. So yesterday we learned about the line. We just want the cookies. I just want the cookies. No, no. I can't troll my own chat because do you know how hard it was to turn last night's live stream into a video because I talked too much? It was really hard. You should have seen it, man. It was like chopped up, like a bunch of little things. Look, it was really difficult to get to make that video from last night's live stream. So now Jesus was telling us about the line and how these terrible ass God people, they're going through back of the line. And then I told you guys I'd probably be in the middle of the line. I could probably still hear the music, but I can't exactly pray with God because I have delusions of grandeur. It's a good time. So, um, I think that's it. Oh, Maynard's freaking out. Okay. Oh yeah. And then the sons of thunder as Jesus, if they could be on his right and his left. And he's like, you can't be either. You'll get to sit at the table with your chair facing the wall. And that's what he told them. And then he told them babies are going to be taken on his right and his left. because God Jr. said so. Whatever. I may have made that part up, but I just thought, I thought it would be funny if they were facing toward the wall while it was eating time. They'd have a dunce cap on. Listen, shut up, Nikki. I'm shutting up. No, you're not. No, I am. I am. Because we're going on to chapter 12. Ah, okay. We're going to assume that I remember what the hell happened. Hold on. Oh, yeah, and then Jesus killed a fig tree. That's right. And then Peter pointed it out. Hey, Jesus, there's that fig tree you killed. And Jesus is like, I know. Sucky ass fig tree. Should have had fruit. That's not what Jesus said. That's what I said. um, oh, yeah. And then these terrible ass God people came talking smack to Jesus and they got served. Man, they got fucking served. Anyway, they were like, who gave you authority to heal people? And Jesus answered with a question. Like, that is the most annoying thing. When people answer you with a question, they probably got something to hide. But Jesus asked them a question. Who baptized John? And they were like, yeah, we don't know. And he's like, well, then I don't know either. I just do shit. Yeah, didn't nobody tell me nothing. Yeah. I'm like that Nas song. Can't tell me nothing, right? Anyway, that's what he said. So that's where we left off. And oh, yeah, I don't have cookies and Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. But if it still sounds interesting, this walking this tour with Jesus, getting to meet God the third in person. So if that sounds cool to you, come this way. Yeah. I fucked this whole thing up. I was supposed to tell you about the cigarettes and the cannabis and the chairs with your name on it right now, but I think I already told you. I'm really bad at these intros because I had so many intros. I've been doing this for a long time. I've had so many intros. But now I don't have no intro, so I'm just trying to make some shit up. I'm bad on the fly. I can't think of anything. But I definitely know we are on chapter 12. So come this way. Um, grab your Mountain Dew Baja Blast and come along with me. Okay. And he began again. No. And he began to speak to them in parables. A man planted a vineyard and put a wall around it, dug a vat under the wine press, and built a tower and rented it out to vine growers and went on a journey. And at the harvest, he sent a slave to the vine growers in order to receive some of the produce of the vineyard from the vine dressers. They took him and beat him and sent him away empty handed. And then he sent another slave, and they wounded him in the head and treated him shamefully. And then he sent another one, and that one they killed. And with so many others, beating and killing some. And he had one more to send, a beloved son. He sent him last of all to them, saying, respect God the third. No, he said, respect. Oh, no. Oh, no, he said, they will respect my son. But those vine growers said to one another, this is the heir. Let us kill him, and his inheritance will be ours. That's not how that works, by the way. That's not how that works. And they took and killed him and threw him out of the vineyard. What will the owner of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy those vine growers and give the vineyard to others. Mhm. And give the vineyard to others. Have you not read this scripture? The stone. It's a Bob Marley song. The stone which the builder refused become the key cornerstone. And this came about from the Lord, and it's marvelous in our eyes. And they were seeking to seize him, but they feared the multitude, for they understood that he was talking about them. Mickey, mic drop. Yeah. Jesus talks more shit than a little bit. They needed a burn word right then, man. They were. Anyway. And they sent some of the Pharisees and Herodians to him in order to trap him with word magic. Word magic's real. Learn it. Yeah. They're trying to catch him up in his shit. Okay. So they were going to test him. Right? And they came and said, Teacher, we know that you are truthful and defer no one, for you are not partial to any, but teach the way of God in truth. Is it lawful to pay a tax to Caesar? And Jesus lights his joint, blows the smoke in the most snooty one's face, and says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God's. And then he hits his joint again and blows it in some dude's face and then walks away. Okay. And they brought, okay. So, and then he's like, why are you testing me? Bring me a oh, yeah, okay. Why are you word magic? And give it to Caesar, right? That's what he said. Give the things of Caesar to Caesar. And they were amazed at him. And some Sadducees, who says there is no resurrection, came to him questioning him. This is a part that we got to pay attention to real quick because it's going to tell us all about angels and if we know each other in heaven or not. Which the answer is no. But we're going to hear right from Jesus. Okay. So they began to question him, saying, what? Saying, Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother dies and he leaves behind a wife and no child, his brother's got to do it. There were 7 brothers, and the first took a wife and died and had no offspring. And she did this to all the 7. and the men died. And then last of all, the woman died. In the resurrection, when they rise again, which one's wife will she be? Because all of them went up in that. And Jesus said, no, that's not how that works. You do not understand the scriptures or the power of God. Listen, it's written, when they rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like angels in heaven. But regarding the fact that the dead rise again, have you not read in the book of Moses the passage about the burning bush and how God spoke to him, saying, I am the God of Abe, Isaac, and Jake. He is not the God of the dead, but of the living. You are greatly mistaken. Nobody's in to know anybody. Did you get your cookies, Wheels? Anyway, nobody's in to know anybody. They're going to be like angels. And one of the scribes came and heard them arguing, and recognizing that he had answered them well, asked him, what commandment is the foremost of all? I bet you it's not the one that Paul said. I'm willing to bet everything that this is not at all what Paul said. And that's why people should have quit reading the New Testament as soon as Paul didn't say this. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and with all your strength. And the second is, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. So that's why you should have quit reading that shit from Paul day one. Because Paul said the most important one is love your father and your mother or something. It was the third one. And he never once mentions the first commandment. Never, not one time in the New Testament does Paul say anything about love your God. No. As a matter of fact, he doesn't. I'm just throwing that out there as a free throw. It's going to hit no problem. 2 in the hoop. Bam. Gone. Going hard in the paint over here. Just where am I at in life? Okay. And the scribe said to him, right, you have stated he is one and there is no one else but him. And to love him with all your heart, with all the understanding and the strength to love one's neighbor as himself is what? Wait. The scribe said, right, teacher, you have truly stated that he is one and there is no one besides him. And to love him with all your heart, with all your understanding and your strength, and to love one as neighbor as himself. And when Jesus saw he had answered intelligently, he said, you are not far from the KOG. And after that, no one would venture to ask him any more questions because they didn't want to be mushroom stamped with the mic drop. Quit it. Quit it. Quit it. Yeah. Fucking quit it. Yeah. And Jesus, answering, began to say, as he taught in the temple. So he's having another concert right now. And he says, how is it the scribes say that Christ is the son of David? David says himself in the Holy Spirit, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand. Okay, so God Jr. told God the Third to sit at his right hand until I put your enemies beneath your feet. David himself calls him Lord. So what sense is he is his son? Because Joe Seaman had nothing to do with the birth of Jesus. That's why. Like, Joe wasn't going up in a raw dog. Like, he didn't even do that kind of thing. And bam, you know, a ghost got Mary pregnant. And he has no relation to David at all. No, that's not true. Because I guess he's related. No, no, because even if it was through Adam, then he would just be related to God. Well, I guess he would be a distant cousin, maybe. I don't know, but it turns out they're not related. Okay. David himself calls him Lord. And so, what sense is he his son? And the great crowd enjoyed listening to him. And his teaching, he was saying, beware of the scribes who like to walk around in long robes and like respectful greetings in the marketplaces and chief seats in the synagogues and at my concerts and places of honor at banquets, who devour widows' houses and for appearance sake offer long prayers. These will receive greater condemnation. And he sat down opposite the treasury and began observing how the multitude. Hey, babe. Hey, Henry. Hey, Dustin. Is that a soda? I got a cup. Can I have some soda? Okay. Oh, Verner's would be great. I'll just take the whole Verner. I'll drink that whole thing. I love Michigan medicine. Wheels, do you drink Michigan medicine still? No, stop it, Nikki. I gotta read. I'm reading. Okay. Okay. And in his teaching, he was saying, oh yeah, okay, hold on. Bye, Henry. He says, beware of the scribes who like to okay, I remember reading this. But they devour widows' houses and for appearance's sake offer long prayers. These receive greater condemnation. And he sat down opposite the treasury and began observing how the multitude were putting money into the treasury. and many rich people were putting in large sums. And a poor widow came in and put in 2 pennies. And calling his disciples, he said, "Listen, I'm telling you, this poor widow put in more than all the contributors to the treasury, for they all put in their surplus. But she, out of her poverty, put in all she owned and had to live on." Right? Because we go to front of line. Yay. Hey, Wheels, where'd you go? People are coming. I think. I think people are coming. Did Wheels, he gave up on me that fast. Look, Wheels, we got to talk about that. Oh, well, we're in between chapters right now. We're about to go on to chapter 13, but I was going to smoke a cigarette. I was hoping people would pop in, you know, like Miss Muddy. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, Michigan medicine. Where you at? Yeah, love you, babe. Oh, it shit is so good. Okay. So we're going on to chapter 13. And it says, as he was leaving his concert, one of his disciples said, "Oh, God, here we go." Here we go. Jesus, look, this. This would be enough to deflate anybody's balloon. I'm just gonna say that, okay? His disciple, we don't know which one it was, it's probably Peter, said, "Hey, look at these cool ass buildings. You know, they're so nice and stuff. They're so cool, these buildings." And Jesus is like, "Yeah, but they won't be there for very long because everything's gonna be ruined. Everything is gonna be terrible." Right. Now, and as he was sitting on the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Peter and his brother Andrew and the sons of thunder were questioning him privately, saying, "Hey, Jesus, you're talking about, these buildings being torn down and stuff. Like, listen, we have families." Like, we have families, we want to be prepared. I mean, like, we're not like Mormon preppers or anything, but I would like to know when my house is going to fall in on me, because that would be a great thing to know, so I could just tell my wife, on this day, we got to go to flat ground because shit's going to be fucked up. And Jesus is like, I don't know. I was just telling you it's gonna happen. I would, whatever happened to good looking, bro. Good looking out. It's mighty white of you. One of those things. And And Jesus said, um, and Jesus said, when are these things going to happen? And Jesus said, see to it that no one misleads you. Many will come in my name, say, I am he, and and will mislead many. And when you hear of wars and rumors of war, do not be frightened. Those things must take place. But that is not yet the end. Nope. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will also be famines. These things are nearly the beginning of birth pangs. Yeah, things are happening. But be on guard, for they will deliver you to the courts, and you will be flogged in their synagogues, and you will stand before governors and kings for my sake as a testimony. Yep, the whole thing is happening. And it's all because they're talking about Jesus. Okay. And the gospel must first be preached to all the nations. And when they arrest you and deliver you up, do not be anxious about what you're going to say, but the Holy Spirit's going to say it for you. And brother will deliver brother, and father his child, and children their parents, and have them unsubscribe from God's YouTube on purpose. And you will be hated on by all accounts of my name, but the one who endures to the end will be saved. I'm a heathen. Hold on, let me finish this real quick, and then I'll read that. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. And mislead many, but that is not nation. Okay, is a testimony of them. The gospel must be preached to all the nations. And when they arrest you and deliver you up, do not be anxious about what you're to say, because the Holy Spirit will talk for you. And okay, and they will be hated on by all accounts for my name, but the one who endures to the end shall be saved. That's the name of the game. If you really want to be a soldier in the army of the Lord in heaven, you have to make it all the way through. You can't you can't wait and wish and want to be unsubscribed, because you'll pickle your own soul and you'll be alive forever. You get happy and then you make it through the game called life. Literally. Yep. When you see the abomination of desolation standing, standing there, it should not be. Wait, when you see the abomination of desolation standing where it should not be, Let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and him who is on the housetop, do not go down or enter in to get anything out of his house. And the dude in the field can't go home and get a coat. Listen, woe to all y'all if it's in the winter or if you got a tiny baby. But pray that it doesn't happen in the winter. For those days will be a time of tribulation, which has not occurred since the beginning of the creation, which God created, until now, and never shall. What's happening? And unless the Lord had shortened the days, no life would have been saved. But for the sake of the elect, whom he chose, he shortened the days. And if anyone says to you, behold, here is the Christ, or behold, he is over there, do not believe him. For false Christes and false prophets will arise and call themselves Mormons, and will show you signs and wonders in order, if possible, to lead the elect astray. But take heed, behold, I have told you everything in advance. But in those days, after the tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers that are in the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man riding on cloud dolphin. It's going to be so much fun. And he will send forth his angels, who will also be on cloud dolphins, and gather together his elect from the four winds, from the farthest end of the earth to the farthest end of heaven. Now, learn the parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth its leaves, you know summer is near. Even so, you too, when you see these things happening, recognize that he is right at the door. Then why'd you kill it? I don't know why you killed it. Anyway, listen, I'm telling you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But of that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels or the Son, only the Father. But take heed, keep on the alert. Don't get ready, stay ready, motherfuckers. Shit's about to happen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get ready, stay ready, lest he come and suddenly find you asleep. And what I say to you, say to all. Don't get ready, stay ready, wizard. Haha, yeah. That's what Jesus said. Okay. That was chapter 13. Now, what'd you say, Wheels? A New Age Bible to keep the people on track. Yeah. Yeah, Wheels. They wanted to cover up Jesus as much as possible. That's why when you read these letters from Paul, the New Testament, you realize Paul is teaching the exact opposite of Jesus. Yeah, using his name, like he's lying on Jesus. Like all of these letters. Oh, there's a raccoon in my kitchen. Hold on. Hi, baby. Hi. What are you doing? Hi, you're so cute. Can I touch you? You want food? All right. All right. I'm so happy that you love my hand. Yeah. Hi. Now, come on. Come on. You go. You go. Go ahead. Dustin, the raccoon grabbed my hand. He held my hand. He was in the kitchen. And then I saw him. And I did that. And then he grabbed my hand. A bunch of times, like twice. He grabbed my hand. He grabbed my hand. He was holding my hand. I did give him food and he did not come in no more. I shut the door. But he held my hand. Oh, that was the coolest little thing. That raccoon, he held my hand. Like a little gentleman raccoon. He held my hand like, will you marry me? I'm like, oh, little raccoon, I'll marry you all day. I love him. He's so nice to me. Well, technically, I would be considered a godless heathen, even though God's like my best friend and raccoons love me. I'm just a regular heathen. Yeah, he's so cute. I love them little raccoons. Look, they're my purpose in life. Maybe you should get a pet raccoon, like outside, and you feed it outside. I have so many raccoons. I think I have 10 of them. No, I'll take your Cotton Eye Joe on a record, man. I know that dance. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I love that song, man. I know the dance and everything. Man, I remember that song. You know what? I haven't listened to that song in like forever. Man, I know all the words of that song. No, I'm just kidding. I probably don't know all the words. Not anymore. Man, don't get rid of that album. Send it to me. I'll give you my address. I don't even have a record player, but I'll find one. Yeah. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? They all ran away so nobody would know and left Southern man from Cotton Eye Joe. Man, I, I, well, any version of that song has to be good. That is a good song. You know what other song that I've really like been jamming to like a motherfucker like every day? Walking on broken glass. Yeah. Like I've been jamming that song for no fucking reason at all. I just and I don't even like Annie Lennox, but something about me loves that song. I'm like, uh, I don't know. We all ran away so nobody would know. Left Southern man for the cotton eye Joe. I why? Hey, Wheels, do you still drink Vernors? Or am I the only one that's like, Michigan medicine, yum? Okay, so we're gonna go on to chapter 14. Okay, now the celebrate dead baby day was 2 days off, and the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how to seize him by stealth and unsubscribe him from his own dad's YouTube. For they were saying, not during La Fiesta, lest there be a riot. Yeah, you guys are good at making people riot. Anyway, shut up, Nikki. I'm shutting up. And yeah. I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen. I do. Okay. Okay. I know what's about to happen. And man, we're going to love it. Here we go. Man, hold on. Let me hit my bowl first. Okay. Now, while he was in Bethany at the home of Simon the leper and declining at the table, there, there came a woman with an alabaster vial of very costly perfume, pure nard, and she broke the vial and poured it over Jesus's head. He's like, don't worry. I wasn't eating. It's not like I need this hamburger. I'm only going to die in a couple days. I don't really need this food. You're not like late, Firefly. You are always on time. Okay, you might be a little bit late, but it's okay. We saved you a seat right there on Jimmy Juggalo's lap. You can sit with Jimmy. we wheels. It is a madhouse. No, no, it's a party pen. We're at the party pen and we stay sane here. That, yes. And Firefly, we saved you a seat. Again, you can sit on Jimmy Juggalo. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good time. He's a good time. Just be careful because he sheds everywhere. His hair gets all over stuff. So if you're gonna murk him, make sure you do it outside your car. Shut up, Nikki. I'm shutting up. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna do chapter. Oh no. We cannot do chapter. Where was I at? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She dumped some oil on his head, right? It was like some really perfumey, smelly shit. And Jesus is like, "Don't worry, I wasn't eating." And his disciples, the people sitting there, were like, "What are you doing? We could have sold that, yeah, and we could have given the money away. But now you dumped it all over Jesus, who was eating. Now his food's got his oil all over his face." And Jesus was like, "No, don't worry, I wasn't. I was only pretending I was going to eat this food before she dumped all this oil on my head." So, you know, by the time this is over, I'm going to look like X-Pac. I got a big ass greasy head and man, it's going to be all bad. But it's okay because I wasn't eating. And then and then Jesus was like, "She did this because I'm, gonna be unsubscribed from my dad's YouTube in a couple days. So she was doing this so I don't get ashy before I die, you know? And you'll always have poor people. Only a little bit of time left for you to have me. So you can always, find some other alabaster oil or whatever this shit's called. Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Leave her alone." Oh my God, leave her alone. Okay, in memory. Okay, then Judas went off to the chief priests in order to betray him to them. All because Jesus stuck up for this woman who dumped oil on him and his food. So, because Judas was hoping to get that money so he could, you know, do what trickster thieves do with money. And they were glad when they heard this and promised to give him money. And he began seeking how to betray him at the opportune time. Oh, you could do it any time, you rat snake. And on the first day of Celebrate Dead Baby Day, when the Passover lamb was being sacrificed, his disciples said to him, "Where do you want us to go and prepare for you the Passover?" And he sent two of his disciples and said, Go into the city, and a man will meet you carrying water. Follow him, and wherever he enters, say, 'Jesus needs this place.' And he'd be like, oh, yeah, I got upstairs. It's all ready for you. And his disciples went out and came to the city and found everything just like Jesus said. And then they prepared the Passover. And when it was evening, came the 12, and they sat there reclining at the table and eating. And Jesus said, one of you guys is about to betray me. And all of them looked at each other like, was it me? You would know if it was you. You idiot. You're better off not saying shit. But whatever. And Jesus is like, no, it's whoever it's one of you guys eating with me. You'll never guess. And they began to be grieved and say, it's not me. And then he's like, it's one of you 12, the one who dips with me in the bowl. For the Son of Man is to go, just as it is written. But woe to the motherfucker that does it. He would be better to be catapulted into a shark tank with pedophiles, because that's the thing that happens. And while they were eating, he took some bread, and after blessing it, he broke it and gave it to him and said, this is my flesh, eat me. And then he had taken a cup and given thanks, and then he gave it to him and was like, this is my blood, drink me. Yeah. Oh, Jesus has no chill. Okay. Because listen, I'm telling you, I will never drink fruit of the vine until I drink it new. Until the day that I drink it new in the KOG. And after singing a hymn, they refused to tell us what it was. They went out to the Mount of Olives and got smashed. That's not what happened. And Jesus said, you will all fall away because it is written, I will strike the shepherd and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go to Galilee. And Peter, fucking Peter, okay, well, hold on. We are on Mark chapter 14. We're on verse 25. So it's Mark 14, verse 25. Let me know when you get there. It'll start with God's or Jesus saying, truly I say to you. So it's like, listen, I'm telling you, I shall never drink the fruit of the vine until the day I drink it new in the KOG. And after singing a hymn, he went to the Mount of Olives and got smashed. It didn't say that. And Jesus said to them, you will fall away because it is written, I will strike the shepherd and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee. But fucking Peter the coward said, even though I do fall away, I will not. And Jesus said, listen, Peter. And he's trying to say this without busting up laughing. Like, it's got to be so funny to Jesus to hear Peter talk like that, knowing what's going to happen. Oh, damn. Yeah, I've never seen a Bible like that, so I don't know. Sorry, Firefly. But it's okay because shit's about to get so terrible. So good thing you can't read it because this is about to be so sad. Oh, yeah. That's probably way different. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Those teenage Bibles are crazy. And a lot of them are journals and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So Jesus, trying not to laugh so hard, tells Peter, look, it won't even be daylight before you ignore me twice or three times. Before three times you say you don't know me, the sun will barely be coming up. Okay. But Peter kept saying insistently, I will die with you. I will die with you. I'm Peter. I pee in the pool. I'm fucking Peter. I hate that guy. Man, he's such a fucking coward. Those who talk about it can't be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. And he's not gonna be about it. He's just talking about it. Like he's got a big dick. I bet it's the size of my fucking pinky. Look, I need to quit. This is a real problem. Okay. Okay. And they all were saying the same thing. And they came to a place called Gerber Baby Food. And he said to his disciples, his disciples, sit here until I have prayed. And he took with him Peter and the sons of thunder and began to be very distressed and troubled. And he said, my soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. Remain here and keep watch. And he went a little beyond them and fell to the ground and began to pray.
Dad, listen. Listen. No, look, I made friends. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, but they're my friends. Man, I didn't even get to have a sleepover. Man, I know a couple days ago I was like, oh my God, how long? But I wasn't thinking about it. But I have friends. They're my friends. There's a chick. There's some dudes. I like, and the dudes, man, they are not going to make it very far. Yeah, I need to be here. And not puffing myself up or anything. I'm really am puffing them down because they can't live without me or something. I'm assuming that because obviously they can live. They've done lived long before they even knew me, although I'm not sure how. But yeah, I can't die. I can't die. I have friends. I can't die.
Okay. So he came and found them sleeping, and he said to Peter, why are you asleep? You could not keep watch for 1 hour. Keep watching and praying that you may not come into the temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And then he went away and prayed some more.
Okay. Dad, I'm back. Look. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? They're my friends. They suck really bad. But they are my friends. They're good guys. He's good guy now. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, even though they're my friends, whatever you decide to do, I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with it. Even though, please, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. Yeah, it's all gonna be a surprise.
And again he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes were very heavy, and they did not know what to answer him. And then Jesus was like, well, you did just eat dinner, and I have had you walking around for a long time. I don't know the last time you had anything to drink. Okay. Maybe it was unfair to me to say, hey, sit here in the dark after you've just ate a gigantic dinner. And he came the third time and said, are you still sleeping, taking a rest? It is enough that the hour has come. Behold, the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Arise, let us be going, because the one who betrayed me is coming. And immediately, while he was still speaking, Judas came up, accompanied by a multitude with swords and clubs, with the chief priests, the scribes, and pretty much he came with the multitude and these terrible ass God people. Now, he who was betraying him had Judas had told the people, the one who I get these terrible ass God people, the one I give the kiss to, right? And after coming immediately, he went to him saying, "Rubble-bye," and then kissed him. And they laid hands on him and seized him. But a certain one of those who stood by drew his sword and struck a slave of the high priest and cut off his ear. And Jesus said, mind your own business. Who made you my caretakers? Who made you my manager? Nobody even wants you. What are you doing? Hold on. Hold on. We are at Mark 14, verse 51. No, I lied. Chapter 14, verse 47. But a certain one of those who stood by drew his sword and struck the slave of the high priest and cut off his ear. And then Jesus was like, who made you guys my manager? Mind your own fucking business. And then Jesus said, you've come out with your swords and clubs to arrest me. You guys have been to my concert. I've at least signed autographs for 35 of you. Okay, and I recognize a bunch of your faces from multiple concerts that I've had. So why are you coming at me like this now? Who put you up to it? One of these guys? That's fine. It's A-double-O-K, yo. Okay. And hold on. And you did not seize me. This had happened that the scriptures might be fulfilled. And they all left him and fled. And a certain young man was following him, wearing nothing but a linen sheet over his dead earth. A certain young man was following him, wearing nothing but a linen sheet over his naked body, and they seized him. But he left his linen sheet behind and escaped naked. And they led Jesus away to the high priest. And all these terrible God people gathered together. And Peter followed at a distance right into the courtyard of the high priest. And he was sitting with the officers and warming himself at the fire. Now the chief priest and the whole council kept trying to obtain a testimony against Jesus to put him to death, and they were not finding any. For many were giving false testimony against him, yet their testimony was not consistent. And some stood up and began to give false testimony against him, saying, "We heard him say he will destroy this temple and build it again in 3 days." And not even this respect was their testimony consistent. And the high priest stood up and came forward and questioned Jesus, saying, these guys are, what do you have to say? And Jesus said, "Plead a fifth, drink a fifth." And again, the high priest was questioning him, saying, "Are you the Christ?" And Jesus said, "Yep." "And you will see me on cloud dolphin." And getting naked, the high priest said, "What further do we have of a witness? You have heard the blasphemy. How does it seem to you?" And they all condemned him to deserving death. And some began to spit at him, to blindfold him, and to beat him with their fists and say, "Prophecy!" And the officers received him with slaps in the face. And Peter was below the courtyard, and one of the servant girls said, "Oh my God, I have your concert poster. Can I have your autograph?" And Peter's like, what concert? Who? No, there was no concert. And she's like, "Yeah, no, I see you're right here in 17 magazine. I saw you. Can I have your autograph?" And Peter's like, "No." So then he runs to a different place. And there was another girl there. Like, "You're from that concert, aren't you?" And Peter's like, "No." So he runs off. Okay. Hold on. Okay. But again, he was denying it. And after a little while, they were like, "No, no, no. You definitely got to be the guy from the concert. You look exactly like the guy from the concert." And then Peter was like, "I do not know this." And immediately the cock crowed and the sun began to shine. And Peter realized he was bitch made all day. That's the end of that chapter. So, yeah, these people are fucking terrible. Yeah, these people are terrible. So, what'd you think? Firefly? Wheels? What do you guys think? Is this not wild or what? And then Peter doing all that mad shit talking like, "I'm the fucking man." Damn, where'd everybody go? Wheels, did you have to leave? Oh, his wife probably got home. It is like 11:30. I guess Wheels is gone. Little firefighter. Yeah, Peter sucks. He really sucks. And remember Jesus's rule? Like, if you deny me, I'm going to deny you. I have a hard time believing Peter is in heaven. So, what are you thinking so far, Wheels? Oh, yeah, and don't forget, like and subscribe. I forget to always say that. Oh, yeah, and it's that time of the month that I gotta start asking for help to buy dog food for my raccoons because my raccoons, they're about to be out of food. I'm gonna have to start giving them human food. Yeah, I was wondering. See, I don't have my YouTube chat on. Dun, 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 dun. Uh, hold on. I know it, I think. Let me find out. Hold on. I know where it is. I got it all written down. Uh, hold on. Where am I at in life? Wait, let's hope. Okay. Copy. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. But there it is. Yeah. Look, look. Last year I had 5 raccoons. I don't know what happened to 3 of them, but one of the raccoons had 5 babies, 4 babies. Yeah, so now there's like at any given time at least 8 raccoons on my back porch. And the groundhog had 5 babies. Oh, and I seen a tiny little baby possum today eating the raccoon's dog food. Well, they were slow and they missed out. The possum got good food though. and he's so fat and fuzzy. He's such a cute little guy. They look like walking plague masks. Yeah, that's usually, well, and not hot dogs. And I eat the hot dogs, but I try to give them bologna, but bologna sticks to the ground, and then they can't pick it up. Oh, Firefly. Um, Today, earlier, the raccoon, he came in my house. He held my hand like he was asking for my hand in marriage. He like grabbed it with both of his little hands and pulled it down. I was like, "Oh, I will marry you, little raccoon." I love him. Oh, it was so great. Hey, what's up, drunken wizard? Oh, yeah. But dude, do you remember when they were scared raw hot dogs gave you leukemia? Yeah, I was even eating raw hot dogs then. I fucking love hot dogs, man. And bologna. I love bologna and hot dogs. Any shit that I don't know how it's made, I'll eat it. But last year I gave one of the raccoons a granola bar and it got so hopped up on sugar. Like I didn't know granola bars had sugar, but I gave him the granola bar. Man, he was so hyper. Do you remember that, babe? When I gave that raccoon the granola bar? Yeah, the thing, it was hopping around. It had no idea what to do. Man. So, Drunken Wizard, where have you been? And I would like you to meet Wheels. Hmm, man. Oh, yeah. The dude, I call him Cletus. He still comes around. He's a good boy. And I gave him a granola bar. He was climbing up my porch to my roof, back down, up my porch to the roof, back down. Yeah, he did not know what to do with himself. Did Wheels disappear? I was just about to introduce you. Oh man, yeah. As long as I don't ask my dad. Because my dad said he was gonna break up with me if he had to feed my rodents anymore. I was like, they're not rodents, they're good boys. And he's like, I am going to break up with you if you ask me for money for dog food again. I was like, Dad, I don't think you can break up with me. He said, no, I'll break up with you. I don't want to feed your rodents. You got a crown? What kind of crown is it? Is it one made out of copper? Or silver? I mean, silver. Yeah, nobody would believe that because Dustin. And my house is too small for a dog. I mean, it looks like it's big, but really it's not. I'll get a robot dog. And I'll be like, Dad, buy my robot dog food, please. Don't break up with me. It's not a raccoon, it's a robot dog. Okay. Did Wheels leave? Drunken Wizard, did you leave? Everybody left. Oh, on Discord. There it is. Yeah. Oh, that is that is nice looking. That really is nice looking. Where'd you get that at? Oh shit. Do you want me to try to let them in before I go to bed or no? Okay. I bought it on Temu. See, I was wondering about that Temu thing, but Dustin said absolutely not. No Temu. Ain't that right? No Temu. Shit. Firefly said she got this crown thing on Temu, and I told her you said no Temu. No Temu. Damn. But I'm telling you, if I could get my own card, you know, I might try to use Temu. But Dustin would get so mad at me because he thinks Temu is gonna steal his credit card. Did Wheels really disappear? Damn it. Damn it, Wheels, you could have at least said bye. Or did he already say bye and I missed it? I am a bad content creator. I do miss a lot of things for no good reason. Yeah, send me money vibes, baby. Yeah, because my goal, if I could get enough subscribers, I would like to get monetized on YouTube so I could build me a house next door so I wouldn't have to leave my raccoons or any of these stray cats. You know, I would like to build a house next door so I don't have to leave. Willow came in just now, Rose. All right, so I'll just leave them out there. Yeah. Is Jack in the house still or no? Jack's outside. Okay. Okay. Man, do you, do you hear do you hear how many cats I have and we have to make sure which ones are in the house? Because we try to get all the babies and like all the cats in the house at nighttime so nothing happens to them. But all the other cats are stray cats and they try to come in here a lot because they want to be on the inside. But we can't have that many cats in one house. And there was this other lady that was taking care of a lot of the stray cats. She would just put a big bowl of food out there for them. There's like 80 cats. But that lady moved, and now they've all come to my house. Yeah. And you know what? You should feed the raccoons. Because you'll see they have like little personalities. And my dad said, don't give human traits to the rodents. And I said, but dad, they're like so different. They have their own little personalities, and you can name them, and they will tell you what they need and what they want. You just got to pay attention. Captain's on the front porch? Okay, I will. Yeah, and most of the stray cats are boys because people will, like get a kitten and they're like, "Oh, it's so cute," but the first time it sprays, they throw it outside. It's like, how about the second like a hair shows up on your balls, your parents throw you outside? Like, why? And all the stray cats are boys around here, and none of them were fixed. They just throw them outside, and then they end up eating out of my cat bowl in the backyard. Yeah, you have to feed nature's outcast, and nature's outcast happens to be boy cats. I really get pissed off about that because there are so many there's so many places that'll spay and neuter your cat for cheap. And instead of going that route, they just throw the boy cat outside. See, my raccoons don't hurt the cats. They eat with them and they hang out together. Although some of the raccoons like to snort, but if you say no, they listen. Like raccoons listen. Like they came in the house one time and Dustin was like, "You guys go outside." And they ran out the back door. They came in through the window and ran out the back door. They listen real good. Yeah, it is. And they're all boy cats and they fight with each other. Like Jack is missing half an ear. Charlie is all scratched up on his face. Sam, he's the one that does the ass kicking, but he had to go through it too. Whatever cat was before him beat the shit out of him too. He's kind of scarred. Are you serious? Oh man. See, the raccoons are here. But I think it's because my raccoons grew up, well, the raccoons grew up with my cats. Like they were like the same age or whatever. Because my cats, like me, they'll sit around and watch them like we're at the zoo. The cats watch them, I watch them. We just sit there and stare at them. I wonder what they think about that. Because I always have my phone and like when I'm taking videos of them, you can see Cletus. He'll just look up and see if I have my camera and then he'll do something because I have my camera on. Yeah, he loves being on camera. My other one's not so much. Oh, that, I'm sorry you had to see that. Man. Ugh. I've got a bunch of videos that I haven't posted because I've been doing this Jesus thing instead. And I do my live stream at the same time as the raccoons, like as they come and eat. But 10:15 seems to be the best time to do my live stream. But I do make little shorts of them, and sometimes they interrupt my stream by getting in my kitchen on top of my pots and pans, which is a whole thing. But I think everyone left Firefly. Oh shit. All right. You want to smoke? let's, let's smoke a bowl. Where's my- So, what's your plans for the rest of the evening? Are you going to bed? I wonder when Neil went. Neil had a hot date. Yeah, it might be bedtime. All right. Well, then I'll. Oh shit! Yeah, you should have already been in bed. All right. You know what? I got a better idea. Hold on. Okay. All right. I'll hit this pen with you. Do you want to have a cigarette? We could have another cigarette if you want to. Damn. I hit that pen for you. uh, man. Man. So high. Never gonna come back down. I'm so high. That's a twisted song, ain't it? So high. You know what? I want to write to Psychopathic Records and be like, can I live stream watching uh the JCW, please? Because I would love to watch some wrestling. Although I hate all the talking that they do, though. Like wrestlers always gotta be talking. It's like just fight. But Dustin's like, who watches wrestling for the fighting? It's like I do. I hate when they talk. It's just I want some aggression. I don't care about who you hate or whatever. I don't care. Talk shit some other time. I want to fight. But I guess it's a production. They gotta have acting, right? But anyway, I want to ask them, can I watch you guys on my Bible channel? What do you think they would say? Like, I'm a content creator that reads the Bible. I would love to know if I could watch JCW on my live stream. I'm going to ask them. I'm going to send them an email. Hi, my name is the Ghetto Redneck Bible Lady. I read the Bible for fun, and I would love it if I could live stream watching the JCW because I have no subscribers and I would like to have a lot more of no subscribers. Uh, no, what's your toe joke? I think it is just sauce. It's been just me and you for a hot second. Nobody else said bye. Nobody said bye. Everybody. And Wheels has been here since the beginning and he didn't even say bye. But I bet he went to his hot tub and totally forgot he was even watching me. But what's your toe joke? What'd they do? Damn girl, the suspense is killing me. Let me cheat and look on YouTube for the answer. No, YouTube didn't even give me the answer. Stupid dad joke. No way. Who told you that? The God tow truck. Who told you that? No, look, you're still crown two. So who else is here that's crown one? Wheels. Wheels is still number one. So where's he at? Oh, that's so fucking funny. Did that make you laugh so hard during surgery? Oh, yeah. Wheels has number one and he's not even here. You know, when I go in for surgeries and shit, the doctors always have to tell me to stop making them laugh because it's unprofessional. Like, I don't even care. Because I know I had my brain surgery on Valentine's Day, but it was lady time. So, you know, I'm all bloody and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm your bloody Valentine. How do you feel? And the doctor was like, stop it. It's so unprofessional. Like, where else in life are you going to say you literally got a bloody Valentine? Oh, man. Oh, man. Ugh. And I thought them taking off half my face was terrible. They, my God, they grinded your foot while you was awake. Oh my God, I would have died. Yeah, that they did that bullshit when they pulled out my fucking feeding tube because I was in a coma for a hot second and I had a feeding tube. And that lady talked to me the whole time and then yanked that thing out. And I was like, oh, man, I hate when they do that. They talk you into not having pain. It's like, yeah. Damn, Firefly, you go to the doctor more than I do. Like, well, I don't know if you go to the doctor more than I do. I would venture to say it's probably close to the same amount of times. But No, you probably go to the hospital more than I do. But I'm telling you, when they get you in there, they want to keep you. They find any reason to hold you hostage in that place. Oh, yeah. See, Dustin would kick my ass if I went to the doctors that much. Yeah, I just see a neurologist. Oh, yeah, yeah, I got a neurologist and a therapist and a psychiatrist. Mm, I hated it. But I've only been to the podiatrist once, but it turns out I had athlete's foot. I didn't know that was a thing, but well, I know it's a thing, but I didn't know exactly. Like, you're gonna get fungus all over your foot. You should probably take care of that. And I took care of that, and the guy was like, "Did you take a picture?" And I was like, "I didn't know I was supposed to take a picture." But apparently, you're supposed to take a picture. Ah, shit, Firefly. Aneurysms are no joke because that shit is dangerous. Man, can they take it out? I don't know. They take aneurysms out of brains, don't they? Man, they can't take out aneurysms, can they? And that's the thing that causes seizures. Do I have one of those? I'm going to ask if I have one of those. 5 centimeters. I don't even know how that big that is, but tell them yours is that big and you need to get rid of it. Tell them it's stopping your blood flow. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh. Well, stop arguing and fighting with whoever you're arguing and fighting with. Probably no one, but just in case, stop it. You may not be fighting with anyone, but if you are, stop it. Man, it's such an uncomfortable conversation. I don't know what to say. Oh my God. No, no. That's like, oh my God. But you know what? You know what though? I was thinking about this earlier with how fucked up I am. I don't know if anybody but Dustin could tolerate me with how many injuries I have. Because I wonder. Oh yeah, you gotta stop getting heated at people. because it'd be all bad. See, look at that. I'm amazing because I predicted that you was fighting earlier. I knew it. The sage always knows. I don't know. I just made that part up, but we're gonna say it like it's true. I mean, because apparently people can do that now. They changed science just by saying science says you can, you know, do whatever you want because science. Mm, so I can say whatever I want because sage. No, but that is pretty fucked up though. You sounded like you was a little aggravated. You scared everybody away, Firefly, with your angry, pretty face. Man, I need to figure out how to make this wig not so itchy. Oh, did you see that? Crack later. Do you know what, Firefly? Oh. Don't forget to press like and subscribe and chat in the chat. It's just me and Firefly. We would love to give you all the lovin's because we're not doing nothing else. Wait, I can't even see how many people are in here anymore. Oh, there's, there's us and two more. Maybe it's Wheels. Wheels, did you come back? No, maybe Wheels came back. If you're not Wheels, press like and subscribe. We'll go get you a yogurt cup. I wish I had a yogurt cup. Man, that would be so cool. You know what? I wish I had a cup of yogurt. No, I'm just kidding. Yogurt is so gross. Actually, some yogurt is good ish. The orange one. The orange yogurt, that is the best one. I could eat that shit all day. Oh, did you know Fago has got a new flavor? It's orange cream, like the popsicles. Yeah, it tastes just like one too. Those orange creamsicles. That's what it's called. Orange creamsicle Fago. Mm-hmm. That is really good stuff. But you know what I want? I want a fudge bar. Yeah. Or like one of those king cone things. Hmm. Man, somebody needs to send me some money so I can get some ice cream. I swear to God, I'll buy ice cream, dog food, and cigarettes. They are really good. And if you have a store around you that sells Fago. They have an orange creamsicle Fago. Where are you? What region are you located in, Firefly? Uh, like what area? You don't have to tell me. Well, you could tell me the state, I guess. I'm from Detroit, but I stay in Ohio. There, something like that. Where do you stay? Yeah, that's a better question. Hey, Firefly, where do you stay? Man, I can't believe you're still number two. Wheels hasn't talked in a long time. And you think you'd be number one. But maybe because Wheels was the first one here, you were the second one. Are you? Haha. I bet you might be like 3 hours from me. I'm near Cincinnati. I said Columbus before, but I'm near Cincinnati. Have we already talked about this before? No, no. I was talking to somebody who was from Ohio but lives somewhere else. But you live in Ohio, so I did never ask you before. Oh, you're way north. Damn. Way north of me is literally Dayton because it's right up the road. I'm 4 hours away from Detroit. Wait, I got it right here. Hold on. I'm going to DM you if I can figure out how to. Yeah. Okay. Ha! There's your face and your big fat cheekbones. Look at you. Ha ha. There, I just DM'd you. You got great cheekbones. You do. And you got great eyebrows. Man. Okay. I DM'd you where I'm at. Oh, shit. So you're on the border. Huh. Uh, that might not be far from me. Well, then I can, now that I know where you are, I can go get beat up by your girlfriend. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, girlfriend. I'm just kidding. I can't even walk. Oh, but something did happen the other day. For some reason, my foot has swelled to the like you can't tell where my calf ends and my ankle begins because it's just one big fat ass log, and then my toes are all swollen and shit. I don't know. I gotta do more walking or something. I gotta go walking. I go walking after midnight out in the moon looking for love, and I go walking. Hey, yeah. Could you imagine nowadays going walking after midnight? Aw, when you guys get married, I will definitely go. And then, like, Ricky can do your vows and shit. You'll have a whole YouTube wedding. I'll live stream it and everything. But I have to remember to charge my phone. Did you know when I tried to go to the Trump rally, yeah, my phone almost died. I could only take pictures. So I have to remember to charge my phone the night before. Yep. Oh, yeah. Ricky is actually, speaking of Ricky and a wedding, Ricky's doing his first wedding ceremony tomorrow. He's doing his first wedding since he became a ordained minister. He's doing weddings. And I'm like, hey, that's a nice little side hustle. And I go walking after midnight out in the moonlight looking for love. Yeah. Ricky is so proud of being ordained minister. And I tell him, just be careful and know what you need to know about marriage, because the rules of marriage, like the whole thing you say before you get married, I'm not really sure where that is in the Bible or where to even find that or whatever. I don't know. I just want to tell Dustin, I will be your hybrid cat raccoon for the rest of your life. Yeah. I'll be your tornado with a raccoon tail and cat ears. Okay. Firefly, we do have to go. Do you, wait. Go up after midnight, out in the moonlight, looking for love. And I stay walking after midnight. Looking for you. Yeah. All right. Well, oh, yeah. Maybe they do that. But I'm going to be like, don't minister to me any of that stuff. Just ask him if I can be his catcoon. Instead of raccoon, it's catcoon. Yeah. I ask Dustin if I could be his tornado with cat ears and a raccoon tail. And they can go, yeah. And then I can be like, you will be my sloth. And that'll be cool. And then the freaks can be catcoon sloths because they are also sloths. All right. Well, okay. Yep. And because my spirit animal is a raccoon, and I have a bunch of cats, and I have cat like tendencies, like sleeping all day and things like that. And then I am up getting into things all the fucking time. So I could be a cat can. So, are we ready to go to bed? Yeah, it's late. It is way late. It's like 12:30. Well, it's 12:30 where you are too. Yeah. All right. Well, good night. I love you. I love you. All right. I'm hitting the outro. I love you.